The dinner had just started. President and First Lady had just been brought into the room. A few minutes later, people were just in their first course, and there was some sort of loud commotion. Secret Service came running up. They immediately pulled the President and First Lady and Karoline Leavitt, who were on the dais. They pulled them to safety, and then everybody was laying on the ground. We were all the journalists, all the guests, all the dignitaries were on the ground. Slowly, Secret Service appeared to be clearing the room, looking. It's unclear exactly what happened, but we saw Marco Rubio, Stephen Miller and his wife, Katie Miller, get pulled out. We also saw Scott Bessent and Energy Secretary Chris Wright also being moved to safety very quickly. Secret Service moved very, very quickly, but right now we really just don't know what's going on. There was some loud noise, some scuffle of some sort, but what exactly happened to precipitate what happened is, frankly, right now it's a little bit unclear.
Law enforcement has requested that we leave the premises consistent with protocol. And he wanted to emphasize that nobody was hurt. He and the First Lady, the cabinet, everybody's safe. The president will be having a press briefing at the White House in 30 minutes. That is not a joke. And he insists that we will reschedule this event in the next 30 days. And that he wanted to do it tonight. He wanted to continue despite the news, but has to follow security protocol.
A black tie night turns into a full-blown security scare. Donald Trump is rushed out, and all eyes lock on Melania Trump as chaos erupts inside the Washington Hilton. It unfolds in seconds. Gunshots ring out during the White House Correspondents Dinner. An event meant to celebrate press freedom suddenly spirals into panic. Trump is seated at the dais, Melania right beside him, along with Wei Zhejiang. Then, movement. Fast, sharp. Secret Service agents close in. Trump's expression, tight, controlled. Melania, alert, composed but visibly tense. No words, just instinct. Security steps in. Chairs shift. Guests dive under tables. Within moments, both are escorted out, side by side. Quick, precise, no hesitation. The room is sealed immediately. And then the first confirmations come in. Reports from CNN and TMZ say the shooter is dead, presumably neutralized by a Secret Service agent. No other injuries reported. But look at who was in that room. This wasn't just a dinner. This was the core of power. J.D. Vance, Marco Rubio, Pete Hegseth, top cabinet officials front and center, which is why this breach hits different. A high-security event packed with leadership and still shots fired. Just hours earlier, the mood was different. Trump attending for the first time as sitting president, ending years of skipping this very event. It was supposed to be symbolic, a return, a moment. Instead, it turns into an evacuation, a night of speeches cut short by sirens, movement, and controlled exits.